To Israel, and the fighting on Israel's northern border is now intensifying. There are an average of 10 terrorist attacks a day. Yesterday, a Hezbollah drone injured 11 people and killed one IDF soldier in the Galilee.
Well, most Israeli citizens have evacuated communities near Israel's border with Lebanon. CBN News contributor Chuck Holton reports from the front lines of the impact of these assaults.
Last month marked the highest intensity of Hezbollah aggression against Israel since October, growing to an average of 10 incidents per day. The terror organization has used various weapons to target civilian areas, forcing more than 60,000 people to evacuate their communities. One such place is Malkiya Kibbutz, located right on the border. When everyone else left, Eitan Oren stayed behind to keep the farm alive.
Here in Malkiya, we are in normal days about 550 to 600 people in normal days. At the moment, about 15 remained, about 15. All the rest being evacuated.
So this kibbutz has hundreds of acres of these beautiful cherries right here. They're ripe and ready to harvest. And believe me, I could eat these things all day long. Problem is, there's nobody to harvest them because of the threat from the north, just a mile or so away. And as if farming was not difficult enough, they have to deal with this. Right here, you're looking at a crater from a mortar round that burned all the trees in the vicinity. And so the very few people that are here working on this kibbutz are just doing whatever they can to sort of triage the farm and keep it from just going fallow and all these beautiful trees being destroyed. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant addressed the situation, emphasizing the need for a strong military response.
Nasrallah is dragging Lebanon into a very, very difficult reality. The ones who will pay the price will be the people of Lebanon and Hezbollah forces.
In addition to damage caused to farms and infrastructure, Hezbollah's bombardment has sparked dozens of wildfires, further straining the region's resources and putting lives at risk.
And these are mortars. We're hitting that apple trees, all burned, nothing to talk about. I mean, they're alive. Next year they will be fine. But this year they're all gone, kaput.
No matter whether they get a ceasefire agreement in Gaza or not, the war here in Israel really cannot end until they address the problems they're having here in the north. This is the town of Kiryat Shimona, which once was a town of 25,000 people, but now it's all but empty. And that smoke you see back there is why. The constant barrage every day of drones and missiles and rockets that come into this town make it impossible for the residents to move back home. And so they're going to have to stay in hotels all around this country until the government does something about the problem of Hezbollah.
If we are not unified, if we are not together, we're going to have another October 7th and another October 7th. So please back up from your agenda, or the right or the left, I don't care, and be together. But please, let's get the job done and have patience.
From the Israel-Lebanon border, I'm Chuck Holton for CBN News.
Well, let me echo that. Let's get the job done. You can't be secure in your borders with this kind of attacks that happens. Imagine 10 terror attacks a day. That's what the average is in northern Israel. Our focus worldwide has been on Rafah, on Gaza, on the citizens there that are in harm's way. The reason they're in harm's way is Hamas is using them as human shields. Hamas needs to surrender. It needs to release all the hostages. It needs to vow it will never attack Israel again. Until it does that, there can't be any peace in the south. But Hezbollah is actually a bigger threat to Israel. And at some point in time, and I think it's going to be this summer, Israel is going to be forced to turn its attention there and eliminate that threat. Now, for everyone living in America, just imagine across the border, and for most people, you're not near a border, but just imagine someone living a neighborhood away, and all they do all day is fire rockets into your backyard. What are you going to do about that? Are you just going to say, well, there are innocent civilians over there and I can't do anything, I just have to sit here and take the rocket attacks? You're not ever going to do that. You're going to go to the source of it and you're going to make sure it never happens again. Israel has that same right, and we should stand with Israel in her time of need.